Welcome back to the Oddity Shop podcast, you little oddballs, the podcast where we
tell you creepy, odd, weird, strange, and bizarre stories from around the world.
I'm your delirious host, Kara, and this is your other very delirious host, Zachary.
I'm not delirious. I am very well put together.
Now we're tired.
What's new with you?
Oh, so I think I already mentioned this, but I'm putting together for each month all the books that I read and like little reviews. Actually, this might have been you and I. I'm doing like a challenge with myself. I'm going to try to read 100 books in a year.
You were saying this on the podcast.
Okay. So I am going to do that for each month. I'm going to post like a little like tidbit to our Patreon of like the books and my recommendation or my reviews on the books or whatever.
It'll be like Oprah's reading list, but Kara's.
Yeah. Or Reese's reading list.
So obviously better.
Yeah, that's all better. But my wonderful husband bought me a Kindle because he was saying that I was reading so many books that it would just be less expensive to buy me a Kindle and just do the unlimited subscription instead of buying books. So I still have a bunch of physical books that I need to read that are on my surgery cart. So I can read them after surgery. But now I have a Kindle, and so I'm very excited. And it's just like a fun little thing that he just like bought me just because he was like,
nice.
You're reading way too many books.
Speaking of Kara recommendations.
Yeah.
I listened to all of Beth's stuff.
And I've been waiting.
So
I need to know what you think.
The first 5 episodes were great. I think they could have done it in 5.
No. Here's the thing.
It was too long.
No, I don't think it was. What I think, though, is that we shouldn't. Well, you know what? This spoiler. What do you think about who it was? Do you believe it? I don't.
I do, because they found enough evidence of the phone call.
I think it was his dad. I think he's covering for his dad.
I don't know. The whole thing was just super, super weird, but it was well done. They were like, the energy between them was great. What I do have to say, without giving any spoilers,
I already gave a spoiler.
The absolute vulnerability of Elizabeth on that.
Yes.
Like I
had goosebumps all the time.
I don't think I could have
I was tearing up. Nope.
And like even after the main thing comes out, when you start to find out more things, I would have been so mortified with myself that I don't think I could have done it. And I'm not trying to fault her in any way. I see exactly what happened, but oh my God, her to go out into the world and put everything out there like that was and you can tell she's having a tough time at points, but it's so good.
Here's the thing. I thought about it in the mind of you and I. And I talk to our listeners a lot more than you do. Not to fault you, but like,
no, it's your thing.
Bonded more relationships with our listeners in certain aspects than you have, right? So I can totally see this happening to me in a way.
Oh, absolutely.
Where I wouldn't necessarily share everything to you. I'd be like, oh yeah, but then I was like, no, I would tell you everything. I don't know. And I know it's different because it's a husband and a wife thing, but they have a podcast together. So I don't know. I never faulted her. I think all of it is great. It's like it's wild. It is such a good podcast.
It's a good one to listen to for sure. We should stop before we say something like
I already
to really
said
give it away. I know, but it's fine.
Okay. But you should listen to it regardless.
Listen to it. It's so good.
Great.
Okay, moving on. So remember how I was talking about heated rivalry recently?
God, it's a whole damn thing everywhere.
I know. Okay. So here's the thing. I think the reason why they did it is because hockey sales were down and they were trying to get gays to go to games. So we went to a hockey game. Kara, we went
Didn't
on a
we already
Wednesday.
talk about this? Or no, we talked about this, not the podcast.
Hold on. We did.
Okay, sorry.
I went to the hockey game. We went on Winning Wednesday. So if they win on Winning Wednesday, you get to go again. So me and Julia were going to go again, except I got the flu. She blew her eardrums. We gave the tickets away. However, they won. So we went this week to our third game on the same tickets.
Nice.
Now, we splurged on the tickets. We bought second row, and they don't give you the same seats, but they give you the same row.
Wait, what do you mean you splurged? You won, but you...
So the first time we bought the tickets...
Oh, I see what you mean.
Good
got
tickets.
you. Okay.
We are now, after yesterday winning again, getting to go to another game. So the fourth game on these tickets, the third game we're going to get to go to next Wednesday. And I am so sucked in. I'm buying gear. I'm getting into it. I am like, I look at the puck more than I look at the clock, which is better than I used to do on old games. I've become like a hockey bitch.
Did a heated rivalry is a show, but did it start out as a book?
Yes.
Did we talk about, okay, because now I'm did we talk, because it keeps popping up in my book recommendations and I couldn't remember if it was because we talked about it. You should watch the
show over reading it. I tried to read it and it was a bit much for me.
Yeah, I heard it was crazy book. That's not my vibe on books. So I'm not watching the show. I'm not reading the book, but I'm so happy for you and Julia.
Oh my God.
No, I'm so happy for you guys.
It's been a good week. I had that. Then, sorry, I know I'm talking a lot.
No, I love it.
But I had a random package show up.
You've had a lot of random packages though, because every time you've had a couple where you're like, did you send this? I'm like, no.
People need to start putting their names on it. But I get a $300 Lego set with nothing.
Did it come from Amazon?
No, it came from Lego Direct.
Oh, okay.
So I thought I got a scam email because it was like, like sometimes you get like the UPS like updates.
Oh, yeah. I get that.
It's like coming from Lego. I'm like, oh, this is spam. I'm not opening that. Nope. It was the Lord of the Rings Shire set that my boss sent me as like a late Christmas gift. And it is the cutest thing. I put it together. Of course, I'm ridiculous. It was 2,500 pieces. I think I did it in 5 hours. It's
very cute. I love your display. It's adorable.
I've got a new display.
Post it on Patreon.
Oh yeah, I will.
It's really cute. I love it.
But
let me write it down.
That's all I've got. Do you want to talk about what we're doing this weekend?
We talked about that last time.
We talked about that for the Patreons.
Was it for the Patreons? I don't know what the fuck is happening. Are you sure?
100%.
Hold on. What was I supposed to write down?
Legos. Wait, what was it that you wrote down last week? Vibe out, but then no other note.
Vibe out first. Like we were supposed to vibe something out first before we committed is what I'm assuming, but I don't know what my notes are. Okay. We are going to a haunted location. Zachary did all of this for a bunch of our friends. I think it's like 9 of us going.
9 of us. It is Missy's birthday. It is technically also your birthday.
No, this was for Missy's birthday though. Like I don't want to take it away from her. This is for Missy. You in the you texted, you're like, no, it's for your birthday too. I'm like, no, this was for Missy's birthday. So yeah, they wanted to do, Missy and her husband Danny wanted to do like a haunted location with us. And so yeah, it's like a couple of her friends, Adam, your cousin that we love so very much.
And Julia is going.
I cannot even believe it.
Our resident skeptic.
And your friend Patrick, who's kind of a skeptic, correct?
No, not a skeptic.
We don't. No, he just hasn't done.
This will be his first time in a haunted location, I think.
So yeah, it's like just going to be so fun.
So we're going to Stimson Hospital.
Yeah, in Eden, Michigan.
Eden Rapids, a little overnight adventure. So check out Patreon. We'll put some videos up. We might put something on TikTok. But that's not all I got. I talked a lot. Do you have anything else? Or are you ready to open up the shop?
No, we talked about books. We talked about my things. Let's go. Open it up. Do you have a question for me?
Do you ever find yourself waking up during the night? And not just because you're over 30 and we have to pee.
No, I never pee. Hey, Zach, are you running low on spiritual supplies?
Hey, Kara, are you looking for a place with handmade items?
Yeah, we should probably go to Mystic Moons.
Oh, our buddies?
Yeah.
They make the most wonderful hand-dipped incense with over 24 scents, and we've smelled absolutely every single one of them.
Yeah, or maybe you might just be looking for a hand-strung bracelet made with only the best intentions.
And not only do they have the best intentions, they have 4 strings each, and they last forever, which I would know because I've broken every bracelet you've made for me and not theirs.
Oops. Well, they also have simmer pots for every occasion, like San to Yule.
And don't forget, Melinda is also a medium and a tarot card reader who's given us amazing readings, so she's ready to help us or you connect with past loved ones and get to know insights into your world.
My spirit animal is a camel. Thanks, Melinda. Anyway, so look for Mystic Moons on Facebook or Etsy, and then you can restock all your spiritual supplies.
Oh, be sure to check them out at www.etsy.com/shop/Mystic Moons LLC.
Or at Mystic Moons on Facebook. They're all over our socials, so I'm sure you'll find them.
So go get some goodies. Okay, Kara, goodbye.
Bye. Never.
I'm jealous.
You and Aaron get up throughout the night to pee. I've never
ridiculous.
Never do it.
Do you ever wake up?
Very rarely if I'm like sleeping. Since I've not been well, I don't sleep as great, but I usually just like can't fall asleep. But if I take a melatonin, I will knock the hell out. But then I will wake up at like 2, 3, 4 a.m. It's crazy.
Okay, so
yes.
That's the next question is it a specific time?
No, but I know where you're getting at. And actually, can I backtrack a little or no? Should I not?
Backtrack. Go for it.
When I lived in Wisconsin, I lived in a old farmhouse, very, very, very old farmhouse. Okay. I think we've talked about this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And in apparently the garage off of the house, the woman that lived there like years prior had hung herself. Okay. I don't know if this is true. It's kind of like a rumor. In the bedroom that I had was a closet. It was a very creepy closet and the light would always be on. It was like a pull light and I would walk in my room and it would always be on. I'd pull it off, like whatever. In that closet though was a crawl space to the attic. And apparently somebody that lived in the house that I knew, like whatever, had gone up there and there was like creepy, just weird dolls up there. They found, okay, whatever. In that bedroom, the house is not haunted. That bedroom was, okay? Because my phone would never work. I would lose it. It would be misplaced. You'd call it. You couldn't, no signal, whatever. I would wake up at like, I can't remember, it was like 2:11 or 3:11, but it was like on the dot of the 11 every night. Until one point I just shouted out loud, I need to sleep. I don't know what you want. You're not making it obvious. Let me sleep. Never woke me up again. Never again.
Interesting.
Never again. Because I don't think it was malicious. There was nothing like ill intent. It was just like, hey,
I'm here.
Let's party.
All right. Well, You saw it in your house. We've seen it in horror movies. You hear about it during ghost hunts and overnight expeditions. But imagine you wake up. Of course, you're going to look at your alarm clock, or in 2026, more than likely your phone.
Yeah.
It's 3 a.m. The witching hour. So maybe there's a shadow figure over your bed or just a sense of impending doom. Maybe you have to pee and your lizard brain is screaming at you not to get up. There might be a threat. And if you do get up, we all know this. You have to run back to bed, keep your eyes straight ahead, and get your feet under the blankets as quickly as possible before the skeletal hand reaches out from under your mattress and pulls you into hell.
Oh, wait. You think it's a skeletal hand?
For me, it is.
Oh, no. Mine's like a real hand.
Oh, mine's skeletal or like monster.
Wow. I've never thought about that. Okay.
Well, now you can. So we're going to dig into this peculiar time of day. It's history, it's lore, it's stories. So buckle up because we're going down the rabbit hole of the witching hour. Okay. Love it. In folklore, different cultures, ghost stories, and so much more, the witching hour is a time associated with high occurrences of supernatural events. A time when witches, demons, and ghosts are able to appear and are at their most powerful. Okay. This, of course, starts at 3 a.m. and is said to end at 4 a.m. Exactly 1 hour. Probably why they call it the witching hour, not witching hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess I didn't know when it ended, to be honest.
Well, it's called the hour, not hours. So, okay. So as far as the origin of the hour, the earliest recording of it being like written and being called the witching hour comes from 1762, when a poet named Elizabeth Carolyn Keene wrote the line "The Witching Hour" in her famous book called Miscellaneous Poems. Very creative name. And the poem is created the Nightmare.
Oh, wait. What was it?
Nightmare.
What was her name?
Elizabeth Caroline Keene. Keene.
Why did you not have to tell me that? And I knew exactly what you're talking about. That's hilarious.
It was a callback, though, to the writings of Shakespeare, who in Hamlet in 1600 wrote this line. "'Tis now the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breaks out to contagion in this world."
Oh.
All the way back to 1600, we've been kind of talking about it.
Okay, yeah.
So some believe it's so supernatural because it's the time of day when the veil is thin and spirits are able to come between realms. Others think the strangeness comes from witches or psychics being more powerful during this specific time.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I've thought of it as balls of that.
Right? So we're going to kind of like break it down through the different lenses and how they look at it, right? So the first we're going to look at it is through like a religious act. In their sense, sometimes they call it the witching hour, but sometimes they call it by its other name, the devil's hour. So it's a time where evil is like at its strength because like the devil loves trickery, right? It likes mockery.
Yeah. Yes.
So 3 a.m. specifically is the inverse of the time when Jesus was crucified. So most people believe he was crucified at 3 p.m. So the exact opposite would be the time for darkness, right? So if 3 p.m. is the time of good, 3 a.m. is the time when like the devil kind of takes over.
Okay.
It's a mockery of Jesus dying.
Got it.
Well, we talked about the term the witching hour coming up in the 1700s. The Catholic Church has been weary of this time for much, much longer.
Okay.
Back in 1535, the church actually forbade activities from 3 to 4 a.m. Due to rising concerns of witchcraft in Europe.
Okay.
While we're looking at it through the religious lens, right, the church believed that this was a time that demons and evil forces were at their strongest, and that humans would be at their most sleepy, leaving them vulnerable to evil attacks.
Which we do know when you're sleepy, you can fall for cults.
We were just talking about that, yes. In evil times, they also believed that like God's influence on humanity ebbed and flowed throughout the day.
Okay.
This time of darkness, his influence and protection were at the weakest. Daylight was God's domain.
Okay.
And the night brought uncertainty, temptation, and vulnerability. Some churches, like modern churches, actually still believe this, that like God isn't as strong at night.
Can I really quickly, what do you feel on that?
I will say it this way. So I am not nearly as religious as I used to be, but I grew up in the church, and it was never preached to me this way. I think if you are going to believe in an almighty, what is it? Omniscient. Oh, it's a 3 omnis, that he's everywhere, that he's all knowing, and a third one. I'm sorry, been out of the church for too long.
I cannot help you.
If we think that God is as powerful as he is, his power wouldn't ebb and flow throughout the day. Long story short of it.
Okay, hold on. I'm so sorry. I think of it as like a not religious thing because it's funny to me.
It's a control.
No. It's funny to me because when have you ever gotten in trouble or gotten into trouble, like just mischief? It's always at night.
Always.
So even if you don't take what that is, it's funny to me because even if you're not a religious person, and I never went to church, I never had to, I never got indoctrinated into that. It's always like during the day, you're like good and whatever. And it's just like for whatever reason at night, it's like
perception,
which is weird.
You think you can get away with it.
Because where did that come from, though? Like, were you taught? I was never taught that.
I think it's just when you feel less eyes on you.
Oh, that's a very good point. That's obvious, but that's such a good point.
So back to the church.
You're so smart.
Some churches still believe this, and this is why, right? Sudden awakenings were feared. Nightmares were seen as demonic visitations.
Mm-hmm.
And that unexplained fear that you kind of feel at night, that's not actually from inside you. That is a spiritual attack while the devil is strong. Okay.
Mm.
They also believed that temptation intensified at night. So here are some warning signs.
I don't know if I disagree with that.
But here's some warning signs that evil is lurking around the 3 a.m. hours. Lust, blasphemous thoughts, heretical dreams, sexual visitations, always from incubi and succubi, nightmares, erotic dreams, fearful visions at night. Basically, the church didn't want you getting horny at night or being scared.
Well, I was just thinking of it like when I was a bad person, I would want to do drugs at night and we'd want to drink more at night. Like,
well, that's just because you're bored.
Maybe.
Which we never did drugs and we don't condone drinking. I'm going to take a sip of my beer.
Me too.
Okay, so the clergy interpreted all these things, though, as demonic interference, punishment for your sin, and evidence of witchcraft, because those lustful thoughts weren't your own. They had to be placed there. Because of these fears, though, Christians were taught to pray if they awoke suddenly, make the sign of the cross and speak the name of Jesus out loud. Many of the prayers at this time specifically mention like the hour of the devil, the dark watch, the unholy silence.
Are we still in 15?
This is kind of like the Catholic Church throughout the years.
Okay. I just want to say a small little tidbit. I can understand that being in 15, whatever you said, 76, whatever. I understand because you don't know, right? Like every year we get smarter and things like progress and like we understand more. Well, some of us. I can get behind how these people believed these things. Like, I don't want to like say that I think that they're idiotic. Like they are, like the thoughts are now because we're in 2026.
Well, I also think we understand the brain and chemicals and all those kind of things and hormones that they do spike at night when cortisol drops down, whatever.
Yeah. So, yes.
There are a lot of people who still pray at 3 a.m. if they awake because the fears that they, and it's less the sex thing, it's more the fear and that feeling of being watched or not alone. If you believe that the forces of evil are on our planet, you're still going to pray. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I can understand way back when how all of this like really, really made sense.
I think it's changed throughout the years, right? It's not so much witches and stuff anymore, but it's still the evil lurking. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more thoughts on Christianity before we move on? Or just the church? Well,
not that I'm going to say. Perfect. Continue on, my love.
The next lens that we're going to look at it through is through witchcraft.
Love it.
If we look at the witching hour through a lens of witchcraft, right, we're going to first go historically because, that's how I do. Because of the fear, though, that of 3 a.m. that was from the church, this leads into the fear from witches because the church said witches were doing things to make you feel horny at night. And they were constantly put on trial and executed. It was more than the horniness. I don't know why I'm just hanging on the lustful dreams.
Listen.
But the 1400s through 1700s, the European witch trials endured, and witches were believed to belong to the night. So it's that whole thing of witches belonging to the night wasn't based on their pagan practice of actual witches. It was built by clergy, judges, demonologists, and confessions extracted under torture.
Ooh.
One of the articles I read, I took this line right from it, was nighttime became the stage for everything the church feared.
Oh,
which I thought was good. Yeah. So if witches existed, they had to operate in darkness. And this is, of course, Kara, because they could travel invisibly at night and had to avoid holy daylight.
So here's how I think of it, though. Witches had to practice at night because if they practiced during the day, they'd be fucking murdered.
Yeah, right. It's that like what came first, the chicken or the egg kind of deal.
Like, my God.
But according to like trial era belief, witches gathered at night in forests, ruins, and mountaintops. They
sounds like
worshipped
a great time.
The devil, and they performed mockeries of Christian sacraments. If you didn't think it sounded like a good enough time, the gatherings were said to include dancing, sexual rites, cannibalism, and infanticide. At least the first two things are fine.
Yeah.
There was never any evidence, though, that these things occurred as described.
No.
What did exist were folk festivals, seasonal gatherings, community rituals, right? Things honoring nature. And yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. Let's just say you're Doug. I'm Sally. I'm a witch, right? And so you're Doug. And so if Doug was to go and spy on me, Sally, a witch doing all these weird things at night, right? Doug is also going to get accused of like, why were you up at that hour? Why were you right? So there is no actual evidence because.
So Doug's got to throw you under. Me as Doug, I have to throw you under the bus,
right? And then, but everyone would prosecute you, like Doug. Why were you out at that hour?
Because I was only awake to stop her from killing babies.
How dare you? Like, Sally. Come on. Sally.
Okay. So, anyways, though, there's the church just like painted these demonic caricatures of witches, right?
Love it.
And then later, of course, the witch trials come to America. We have the Salem witch trials. It's all just based on fear more than any sort of fact.
Bullshit.
And we know during both trials, all it did was kill innocent women. Like lives were lost brutally to what turns out to be just like a fear of the dark.
And yes, mostly women, but there were a lot of men too that were murdered. It was mostly women, but it's just yes, the dark, but it's just like the fear of the unknown. And like,
so if we're going to keep our witchcraft lens on, though, I think we have to take a look at it from the modern witch, right?
Okay.
Witchcraft, a little more popular now, a little bit more accepted. And I tried to find some like accounts of how practitioners of magic today felt about the witching hour. And there seem to be two camps, actually.
Yeah.
Some that are reclaiming it, but changing the energy about it. And some who are almost like denouncing it. And I think that it kind of calls to an interesting thing in witchcraft where it's not like everyone is following this one doctrine. Everyone really kind of makes it their own thing. And I think so much of modern witchcraft comes to the what you prescribe to it. It's very personal. It's very, so
you can interpret it in a lot of different ways.
Absolutely. And I think every witch probably interprets it very differently. So one article I found said this: modern witches view the witching hour, typically between midnight to 3 a.m. as the starting point, as a potent time for magic because of heightened spiritual connection, higher introspection, and seeing it as a time when the veil between worlds is thin for spirit communication. While others focus on personal empowerment, using the quiet for deep meditation, spell work, or connecting with their inner selves, moving beyond the fearful folklore to a time of transformation. While some find it ideal for powerful rituals or interacting with spirits and deities, others prefer different transition times, emphasizing that any time works with intention, but the witching hour offers unique energies for specific purposes.
Okay.
So another article, though, that I found said that most modern witches do not believe in the witching hour. Instead, they work with moon phases, seasonal cycles, personal energy, planetary hours. So either way you break it down for them, what happens is there's a meaning given to 3 a.m. that is no longer sacred and or that for some is sacred, but it's no longer feared, right? They've taken every view of the modern witch has taken the fear away from it.
Which I like. I mean,
difference of opinion, right? It's maybe more a little bit situation to situation or witch to witch, but it's not seen as a time of evil.
Which is great.
For them, and the easiest way you can put it down is the night is quiet. It's not for the devil.
The devil is chaos, right? Like the devil like ensues. Now, I'm not saying that like, well,
you're taking the devil more in like a tarot esoteric version. Well, where this meaning is like church devil, like.
Yeah, no. I just think, though, that if you're going to think of it that way, if you're a troubled, bad, whatever we want to say, person, corrupted devil worshiper, any amount of quiet, still alone time is going to be corruptive to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be at a certain hour.
I have another quote that might kind of sum up what you're trying to say.
Okay, yeah.
An article. So some may prefer to do their rituals during this time, not to conjure evil energy, but because things are still and quiet.
Yes.
Focus on meditation runs deeper, intuition sharpens. It's practical, not sinister.
Yes, because I love, like, I wish I could run the night. Like I love being up so late by myself and just like there's nothing, like there's no humming, there's no busy, there's just me.
There's so much less stimulation, and I think it allows our brains to think very differently.
Yes.
And focus on different things. And I think so much of witchcraft and manifestation and spells and all that is really internal in what you're focusing on. And if you're able to shut out the rest of the world, of course, it's going to be stronger at those times, right?
Yes, queen.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So we've gone through the church. We've gone through witches.
Uh-oh.
The next lens that we have to look through is the paranormal lens, right?
Oh, like your face was like, okay, yes, that's our favorite.
You and I both know every haunted location says the same thing. When is the activity highest?
Oh my God, at night, and then in the dark.
Especially at 3 a.m., right? So,
okay.
Nope, say what you're going to say. No, say it.
At 3 a.m., do you think any of the places that we've been have been more or less?
The literally next line that I said, I'm going to disagree with you. I said, we've seen some evidence of it being a little bit true. I mean, there are times. Now, I'm going to put a caveat on it. Let me get this sentence out. I know you want to say it. There are times when things get really active at 3 a.m. However, I don't think
that we've gotten more things at 3 a.m.
This is why I told you I'm disagreeing with you. Let me say my sentence.
Oh, sorry.
But I think the reason that we've gotten more things at 3 a.m., which we definitely have, is on nights when there was a lot of people around, and slowly but surely they dropped off and there was less commotion.
That's true. Okay, so thank you, because this is what I was going to say. I feel that you and I get the most evidence, whether it's night, day, whatever, you and I. I don't know what it is. You and I can be in a room and we just get everything. Like, they love us.
And I don't know if it's specifically you and I think it's just when you minimize the living activity.
I think I disagree with that. And the reason I'm going to say this is because do you remember when we were at Eloise and we were in the firehouse?
Yes.
You and I got so much shit no matter what time it was, as long as we had good energy. But it's always like you and I get such great things together. We're like a beacon together. They love when you go under and I speak for everything.
I also think there's a way in which, without going into too much of a side, because we don't go for the fear factor. We don't go for the entertainment factor. We just go for communication.
But
respect.
And I think that's why it doesn't matter what time it is for you and I.
So anyways, back into it through the most accepted paranormal lens, right? Across many cultures, night isn't just symbolic, but it's when people report apparitions, voices, shadow figures being followed, time distortions, sudden senses of being watched. Okay. And it's not just ghosts. Many researchers, many people who aren't researchers, victims of the paranormal, we'll call them, people who are unwilling. They've documented that things increase at night at least. But usually it's higher. Like 3 a.m. is the time of sleep paralysis, the old hag, the hat man.
That's true.
More poltergeist activity happens at this time. Objects moving on their own, doors and windows.
Yeah.
Or how many people just wake up at 3 a.m. with fear.
Really small thing, can I say?
Yeah.
We kind of touched on a little bit. You kind of feel less watched, like you said, at night. So I would also imagine that, like, when it's not bright and sunny and like around, like you as a spirit, an entity, whatever, like you feel less watched, like you feel secure and like you can lurk around or like just be yourself, not even creepy. Like you can just kind of like, okay, it's like dark. Maybe they won't see me type of thing. So I don't think it's sinister.
Let me ask you this.
What?
Do you think that the spirit actually becomes more active at that time? Or is it the human who has less sensory input, heightened senses due to being in a fearful state, and less stimulus from the day that we just see it more at night?
Human.
I think that and that you literally cut into like my next line of, I agree that some paranormal researchers think that activity increases at night, but I think we're ignoring the human aspect of it.
Yeah, we are.
Because even till midnight, you still have cars going by. You still have noises outside. You still have so much other. But by 3 a.m., the world is so quiet.
Well, for me personally, I only see things during the day, right? Like I see my shadow figures like kind of creeping around door frames and stuff. That's only during the day. That's not at night. It's never at night. I know I never have any sort of experiences like I do, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so yeah, I think it's just that we are more vulnerable. Like we're taught to be more vulnerable at night, right? Like it's creepy at night. Like weirdos are out at night. Like you're just like, you're more on edge at night.
And I would say it's not even just taught. That is evolutionary.
Yeah.
For thousands of years.
Yeah.
Right. Humans and whatever we came from evolutionary you had to have an awareness at night to survive. Night is dangerous, and not from the religious aspect of the devil, not from fear of witches. It was just a time where you were sleeping and you couldn't be on guard for whatever was hunting you before we were apex predators.
Right. So like, it's even like, yeah.
And this is where I start to argue. I think the witching hour, I don't think it's as much a time where spirits and demons and witches gain power. I think it's more of a time when everything else slows down, that we can start to see things that are going on in the world around us. So
I 100% agree.
I think there's power to the witching hour, but I don't think that power comes externally from the spirit.
No.
It's when humans can actually experience the world in a different way.
Calm. I 100% agree with you.
Right. And it kind of puts a different spin on it. It takes some of that fear away from it. You should have the fear all the time if you really believe that demons are out there, right? Because they're going to exist daylight, nighttime, 12 p.m., 2 a.m. Like it's not just like, 3 a.m., it's time to attack the humans.
It is so funny that we're talking about this, because I've never thought about this until this very moment of us having this conversation. Since you and I started investigating, had this podcast, I don't give a shit what time it is. It doesn't matter to me. Because I have learned, I have seen, I have witnessed the wildest things at any time frame of our lives.
Absolutely.
And so I'm not fearful of the night, but I 100% agree with you, is that it's just when we're calm, there's not the chaos of the world around us distracting us. And this is also, we could go down a rabbit hole, but we're not going to. We could go down a rabbit hole of how this is also why children and our pets see spirits when we don't, because they don't have that. They don't have
jobs and responsibilities and all these other things. They don't have the spikes in cortisol. They don't
have the chaos.
What I found really interesting is, while researching this, the science of it, so many things linked to heightened awareness when your cortisol drops, and your cortisol drops at 3 a.m. when you're in deep REM sleep.
Yeah.
You finally come off of this like stress mode, right? And start to like experience. It's very strange. What I will say though is I did find some cultural things of 3 a.m. beliefs that I think are fun. They're cool.
No, I love it. Give it to me.
So Japan, the witching hour for them, are like their hour. We won't call it the witching hours, from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. And they have a phrase called Ushi no Koku Mari, which translates to the shrine visit during the hour of the ox. Now, this was a time when they believed that spirits could be compelled. So it's less the spirits having the interaction on them and them having the interactions on the spirits. Now, to call back to your episode, a person seeking vengeance could visit a shrine and call upon Onryo for help to spite other people. Rituals were also designed at this time to invoke curses or transformation. Time mattered because the hour of the ox was considered spiritually unstable, quiet enough for the supernatural to hear, and free from social interference.
I just love culture. I just love other people's cultures and religions and things. Like, it just, oh my God. Okay. That's crazy. I love it.
Okay. Latin America. The witching hour was the time for La Llorona, the weeping woman. And we could do an entire episode on it. So I'm going to keep
it's on my list.
Real. Okay. But anyways, she would be seen near rivers or rural roads, and she would cry louder and louder, drawing people to their death. That's all I'm going to say on that, because we do really need to
I really do want to do La Llorona. I love her.
Scandinavia, I like theirs. I think you will too. Nighttime, especially 3 a.m., is said to belong to non-human beings, not demons, but spirits, trolls, and landvatar.
Oh, okay.
Which are lands, like earth spirits.
Yeah.
They roam freely during this time and become hostile if encountered, because it's their time, and they punish those who don't respect their boundaries. And trolls, in particular, because they turn to stone during the daylight, they gain strength and cunning at night. And that's when they would lure travelers off roads. So for them, the danger isn't moral evil. It's just encountering the wrong being in their time.
Like us.
Right? traditional Chinese belief, yin and yang. Yin is dark, passive, spiritual. Yang is light, active, living. So night is dominated by the yin energy between 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. It weakens the barrier between worlds. Ghosts are able to wander freely. And the ghost hour for them is associated with spirits returning home to visit loved ones. That's why you have the dreams of loved ones, right? That's why grief bubbles up at these times.
Okay.
It's also for hungry ghosts seeking offerings. Like, hey, you're not paying attention to me, or increased risk of spiritual encounters. Yeah. So for them, the hour isn't cursed. It's not dark. It's not evil. It's just out of balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's some of the cultural fun I found about it. We started to talk about the science of it, right? Like cortisol stops spiking, or that's why you wake up. Your circadian rhythm, right, goes between sleep and wakefulness at different times of the night. And 3 a.m. is when body temperature, for whatever reason, rises. Okay. And alertness comes up because hormones do release. It's almost like as soon as you hit that chillest level of sleep, your body just lets go, and that you could be jolted awake and have that fear reaction or whatever. So there's some of that that's scientifically explained. And like we talked about evolution, like your body remembers it from hundreds of thousands of years, not hundreds of thousands, but thousands of years of evolution. Brain wants to detect threat even when nothing is obvious. Yeah. Anyways, that's a shit ton of information in 50 minutes of the witching hour. But I tend to think that it isn't evil. It isn't. I almost said that witches aren't more powerful. I'm gonna say that they are, but it's not because of a certain time. Nope. It's because humans slow down, and all of a sudden the worries of the world disappear, and we're able to see things through a very different perspective. And our senses aren't hit by so much stimulus that at 3 a.m. you can maybe experience some of those things that are going on in the world all the time. You're just finally able to key in.
Yeah. So here's what I'll say. I don't necessarily think that it's like night. It's just the hours that people aren't stirring, right? So even like I've been waking up a lot lately, like 5:30, 6 a.m. and I just like do some shit and like whatever. And it's like quiet and still, and it can be very creepy. It's the same as at like 3 a.m., right? So it's like, or 12, 1. It's just because you're alone, you're like in your mind, like
there's something about dawn too. That's just,
you're just still. And so I think that, like you said, I think that in that silence, that still of your own, you bring yourself power, right? So like I am way more powerful when I'm by myself in my thoughts and I can get shit done. Way more powerful. And that is literally at night, whether it's 12 to 3 to 4, or I wake up very early. It's a true thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be at night. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just.
So have we debunked the witching hour?
I think that maybe, but I love the belief though that people have in the witching hour. I don't want to take that away because I think that it is like still so powerful in certain aspects.
But I think it's intrinsically powerful, not externally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Internally is probably better than intrinsic.
Yeah. No, I love this episode because I think it's just like great. I think it's just like you think about it, but yeah, I just don't know one single person that doesn't love like a portion of time when no one else is stirring. I can't think of that. I mean, I know there are some people where they love the chaos. They thrive on that and they like always want to be doing stuff. So I guess I shouldn't say that. But yeah, that's great. I love it so much.
So to wrap us up and to follow in your footsteps.
Mine.
I have some Reddit stories for you. However, if you want to hear them.
Yes.
You're going to have to come over to Patreon. We're going to read them to you.
I am so excited.
If you want some, and this is what I did. I focused on stories where things actually happen to people at 3 a.m. just to give some credence to the witching hour.
Yeah.
It's not inactive, right? So we will do that. We'll post that on Patreon. With that being said, guys, we would love reviews. We would love your writing stories. We are going to have very shortly another, we have enough write-ins now for an episode. So that's coming soon. I don't know. What else? What else do we need to do before we close the shop up for the day?
Well, we're getting to that point that if for whatever reason you don't get a Thursday episode and you have not gotten a Thursday episode in 3 years, if you don't, though, it's because of my surgery and I'm just down too bad. I'm not even going to say I'm sorry.
Ahead as much as we could.
I'm not going to say I'm sorry.
We slack for a little bit. I think you'll find it in your hearts to forgive us. Kara's going to be going through a lot, but it's going to be amazing. And we are going to come back. And
we might be fine.
We might not have a break. God only knows.
Listen, I don't fucking know. I might be just crazy. And
we've stayed 6 weeks ahead for a reason. Okay. You guys always hear us talking about how we're in the future. We were waiting for a moment like this. Yes.
A moment. Kelly Clarkson. Everybody hashtag Kelly Clarkson on all our episodes. Maybe we could be on the Kelly Clarkson show.
I don't think she wants our weirdness.
No, she does. She likes haunted things.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. Well, with all of that being said, we gave you 2 very long episodes back to back. We delivered. We are fierce.
Okay.
We're delirious.
Stop giving it adjectives. Wrap it up. What do these people have to do so we can close the shop up for the day?
I hate when you put pressure on me.
The only thing I ever think you should say is that.
For us, it's a creeper reel, you little oddballs.
Goodbye.
Bye.